Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio, here to bring you my Simply Saturday video with card number 37. And so it's going to be an easy card. It's kind of a take on what last week's card was, but I'm going to be using dies, border dies instead. So I want to give you that option. I was going to get the card out that I did. I might find that real quick as soon as I turn my camera down. I just want to tell you that as far as with Stampin' Up! Is concerned, next week's July, the 1st of July, so the online exclusives will be out for you to see, and they are great. And I think you will really like them. And in fact, one of the papers I'm using tonight is a paper from one of the online exclusives, and I really love it. And I think you will too. It's just the colors are so vibrant and pretty. So anyway, that's about all I have to say. But if you're watching me for the first time or have been watching me and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be that demonstrator to help you with orders, with questions, with whatever you have concerning Stampin' Up! I would love to be able to talk to you. And if you ever thought about Stampin' Up! Just as a hobby, just to get a discount, or maybe even to work it as a business, if you want to start a little side business or whatever, I would love to help you with that also. So just let me know. And my email, and that's going to be in the comments. And you can, as far as on YouTube. Now, on Facebook, just send me a message in Messenger, and I would be more than happy to talk with you with all of that, okay? So, with that all being said, I'm going to go ahead and just turn down and get to my video. I will tell you there will be a PDF for this with the measurements of the sizes I've cut everything. That will be up at 10:30 on my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP. And later, I think I can share that to my Facebook page, which is Stamp Crazy by Rita Holmes, to where you could get that. I'm trying to remember to do that. So I will try to at some time tomorrow, put it on that, my page, which you don't have to join the group to get that. But if you join my Facebook VIP page, Stamp Crazy VIP, you have access to all of the PDFs there. So think about it. I've been doing it 5 years, and there's been a PDF every week since then. So that's about 52 weeks, 5 years, over 250 PDFs that are there that you can look at and get the directions for cards. And some of them do not have cards, the pictures on them. I didn't start doing that till later, but there are directions for cards there. So now I'm going to turn my camera down, and then we are going to get started here a little bit. I'll bring my camera down a little bit, but I have to tell you, I'm going to be using the little embossing machine. So, and I have to turn my computer sound off, or we'll be getting echoes and echoes and echoes, and we don't want echoes. So let me see if I can find that card real quick. I have one right here that I can show you. The difference, if you notice on these cards here, they have a design because it's done with a border dies. This one is a different border, so you can see the difference in those two. Remember last week I just took and cut my paper and glued a piece of DSP behind it, and then I did some either die cuts or whatever and put on there. So you know, you could still do that part if you wanted to, but I'm gonna show you these with just using the dies and stuff too, because it really makes the card, you can see the difference there, you know, with the designs here as opposed to just straight lines here. So just a different, kind of the same way, but a different look a little bit, and I've layered the colors. So with that being said, we're going to move these up. And what I did was, I'm actually doing 2 cards with the same colors. Now, you know, basically you can see With this die, I had to cut the DSP larger because it went all the way up to here. With this one, I actually cut this one 1.5 inches. I cut this one 2.5 inches, so I made sure there was enough room under there for all of it. For today's video, I cut these at 2 inches, and the reason being is because I don't know yet what set over there I'm going to use. I'm going to show you those in a second. But these are our papers that we are using, okay? And I'll get to the sizes with you in a minute. Here are the dies, and these are just called fancy border dies. And this card here used this border, and this card here used this border here. I'm going to use this border, I know for sure, on one of the cards. So let's get out the little embossing machine. We can use that because our paper is only 3 inches wide, so it should be able to go through there. Let me find my 3-inch wide piece of paper that was now nowhere to be found. I probably dropped it, knowing me, or probably didn't cut it, knowing me. So let me cut one real quick. Let's see it. How about that? So we're going to cut that. These are cut 5 by 3. So it's 5 this way, 3 this way. Let's put our little plates in under here, and I'll bring in a die, and I said I was going to use this one here. I don't measure for placement. I look for placement on maybe how much white I want showing at the bottom as opposed to how much white I want at the beginning. And what you can do, let me move this out of the way 1 second. You can lay this down on a grid paper, glass mat, whatever you might have if you want to make sure you get it straight. And then when you come down with it, whoops, make sure you hold on to that paper and put these down at the same distance. But I didn't center it. Whoops, gotta center it first. I do this all by eyeballing. I want to make sure I can see all this. So I'm going to bring that in. That looks pretty centered to me. So I put that side down first. Just up at that line there. There we go. So now that looks kind of centered. Or let me say it looks good enough for me. And you know me, I do all this stuff on a whim. A whim and a prayer that it turns out. Okay, so let's see what we have on this one. Let's see here. Just be careful that you don't tear your paper from taping that down. Don't get real anxious and cut. So that's what we're going to have there. So we could make that, and we're going to go ahead and put that down. On our piece. Now this is 5 by 3. This is 5 1/8 by 3 3/4, because remember, we are going to have space in between there for our card piece, which is basically going to go like this, right? And this is going to go in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of finger hold that down right there. And then I'm going to take, you can take a pencil, an ink pen, whatever, and I'm going to make a mark because nobody's going to see that mark. And I know after I move all that out of my way, and this is what I did last week on the card also, then I know that that's where I'm going to glue that down, okay? So let's glue this. we will glue this down. So I hope everybody's having a good morning. And look, we're clogged up. Story of my life. Story of my life. Get my little pokey tool here that it's actually out of the jewelry department. It's just an eye pin. So there we go. And look at that. That came out of there. And now I have a little mess. But that's all right. I just wipe it onto my chamois, and then when I clean my chamois, it all comes off. Because I soak it. So it's no big deal. I've been doing that a long time, so I know it works. Then I stick that back where I won't lose it. And hope for the best, right? So let's go ahead and glue this. There we go. Look at that. Works like a charm. Oh, it's got an air bubble in it. Good Lord. Maybe I'm out of glue. I use a lot of glue. So anyway, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in and make sure I have even sides and put that somewhere close to my mark so I know where it's at. Like so. Then I'll bring in my cut pieces one at a time. And I'm going to just glue my edges. Because I want that glued down. And of course I turn this around so I can see these three sides better. To me, I can line up easier that way. So I'm just going to line that up. Put that down. And then I am going to, there's a right side and wrong side to this. And then I am going to put my glue on this one. So what I'm going to do with it is I'm just going to make sure I have it even. Then what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to back it on a piece of white. It's white, white, white. And we're going to put it on that card. So we're going to finish this part of this. And we'll put the sentiment and stuff on it afterwards. And I cut this last piece as 5 1/4 by 4. So we're going to have short margins on the side with a little bit more at the top and the bottom. That was meant to be. If you don't like it that way, then you can cut that down. But a couple of them that I've done, I've cut it down, and then some of them I leave it up. I like it on some cards, and I don't on some others. So at this point, what I'm going to do is open me a pack of dimensionals, and I don't even have them colored yet because I'm opening a brand new pack. Shame on me. Because I like to color the backs of mine. And what I do is I just take me a Sharpie. I'm going to show you what I do and how fast this is so that you can see those. I just squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. This is a bright color. I just bought this marker at the dollar store. Or $1.25 store, whatever you want to call that store now. Because it had this bright color. And I thought, that'll look pretty on the back of my dots. I just do this to make sure I get every dot. They don't have to be colored all the way. But I want color to show at some point in time. So there we go. That's my, and I'll do these two later. That's some bright dots, right? Woohoo. Woohoo. So now I'm just going to peel some, put them on the back of my card. See how those ours shows up instead of putting a white one on there? When you get old eyes like me, this is a plus to do. And I have old eyes that need to be checked. It's not time for my yearly checkup yet, but I think I feel new glasses coming on this year. I didn't get new glasses last year, so I guess I can't complain. Okay, now I have all that done, so I'm going to take and mount this on my card. Oops, I'm too far over. Do my 3 sides, right? I don't know why I just don't do that in the beginning. There we go. And we'll stamp that in a minute. Then I've cut this piece, and I know it doesn't fit, but it was just a scrap, and it doesn't have to fit all the way. You know, it's your creation. You can do whatever you want with it. So it doesn't have to fit. There we go. Put this on the inside, and then we'll come back and we'll put a sentiment on our card, and then put some embellishments on it and have a nice card. Right? Of course. Now, I want you to remember to comment in the comments, you know, just say, hey, don't say anything you want to say, but be nice. And just make a comment. Tell me where you're from. You know, if I don't know you, if you know, you don't live around me or something like that, just tell me where you're from. And we'll just, of course, I told you I'm from Ohio. And if you're from Ohio, I'm from Southern Ohio. Okay, I've used this one. I've used this one. I just now used this one. So how about it? Let's use this one. These, what these do is they just cut, they don't cut it all the way out. And you could use it, I guess, and put a little piece behind it. I'm going to have to practice with that and see. But right now, our video is to do these, right? So Rita, get on the swing of things and do what you're supposed to be doing. So let's use this one. I'm anxious to see how that's going to work out. I'm sure it'll be fine. And if it's not, well, then we have a blooper card, I guess. So I'm going to put this here again just to kind of give me a guideline. Turn my die over, kind of get that straight, I guess. Straight as I can. If that's up there, that one needs to be... Come on, guys, line up. Okay, that looks good if I can get my finger off of it without moving it. Look at me. Dang it. Dang it. Ah. There we go. If it's not straight, I guess whoever gets it needs to look at it crooked, because that's as straight as I'm getting it. So let's see what we come up with on this one. I just thought I would try them with you, let you see what they are like, and I got that upside down. That's not right. Always put my really scratched up one on the bottom. And then when it gets so bad, then this one becomes my new bottom, and I get a new one out for the top plate. All right, here we go. Get it going. Squeaky little thing. I think I need to name this little guy Squeaky. So those are out of our way for the moment. We don't need them. Hopefully, unless this doesn't turn out. Y'all do projects thinking it's going to turn out just wonderful and beautiful, and then you do it and you think, what the heck was I thinking? I do that a lot, but I don't show that to you guys. I just go on to another project. So anyway, there we go. So I about used every one of those dies. That's a great thing. And we are going to put that down on here. And this is the pear paper. That's just so pretty. Oh gosh, what I do is it? Here it is. I used it on some other cards already, but this is the pear paper. And I love the greens and all the colors on the back, but look at all this beautiful paper. And it has dies that'll cut out some of this and all of that. And then, of course, my black piece, I've used a lot of it. But anyway, this is it that's coming out on 1st of July. It's called Painterly Pears. And it comes in a suite. And I'm going to be using the gems that go with this too. Now, I cut a 2-inch piece here because, let's do this again. I'm going to lay this down just where I think it might go. Oh, it doesn't have too much show. It's just a little bit different, right? So this is going to go here, about here. Okay. Whoa. I have fat fingers. Come on, move. Now let's try it again. Let's put this here. Hold my thumb there. The only thing with doing this one, it's hard to see this line on that. That's Secret C. So again, that's 5 1/8 by 3 3/4. This was 5 by 3, and this one is 5 1/4 by 2, which I really don't need it that big, but I did it for the sake I did not know which dies for sure I was going to use. So this works out fine. So now I need to glue that there. I would rather have more than enough paper down so that I don't have any edges showing that shouldn't be. You know, we don't want that. But we want this to cover so that we don't have any mistakes. And so this one's going to come here. I want to make some other ones of these with other cardstocks that I think would look nice, but I ran out of time. I was with my daughter today. Me and her dad, my husband, went to the historical museum here in town. There's glue on there where I had that tape. So let's get that off. And anyway, they had a 50s and 60s exhibit of stuff from Hamilton where I live. It was really pretty neat. And I even got to tell the girl that works there a story. They had a dolly, you know, like you put boxes on and push it, called a hand truck or a dolly. But anyway, they had one of those it's a place called Hamilton Casters here in town. And that company was founded in 1907 by my great-grandfather. So I was telling her that was my great-grandfather and talking about the, just things, you know, that I knew and that about the company and who owns it now, because It's actually not a Weigel company, which was my maiden name. It now belongs to the Lipperts, which is my grandpa's sister's children. And probably grandchildren by now. So I'm just going to glue this in here in the bottom. And it looks like that might stick over just enough to aggravate. So let's just trim it. No aggravations. So I'm going to put this on this yellow. And I must have cut these papers like a hair shorter and a hair longer than what they should be, because that 5 1/4 by 4 is not showing as much as it did on the white one. But that's okay. We don't need it to. We just need barely an edge to get us by. There we go. So now let's put these on the cards and then put our sentiments and our embellishments. So let's glue this one in first. And you know, you don't have to use the dimensionals to pop that front piece, because there's 3 layers of cardstock there, which is layered enough. If you, whoops, look at that. Almost did it, didn't I? And you're all going, Rita, what are you doing? You're putting it in the wrong place. But I caught it. I did good. So anyway, what I was saying, and I guess because I was thinking that, you can glue this straight down on your card. I'm going to do that with this one, because really in the whole scheme of things, you can't tell a great big difference. So let's put these down. And then we're going to stamp some sentiments on here. And I'm going to stamp a thinking of you. And do I want it down here, up here, over here, in the middle? I'm going to do it in the middle. And I'm going to do that with Memento Black. Make sure I get my stamp all inked, which I think I did. Looks pretty good to me. And I'm going to stamp right here in the center. So there's a thinking of you. And I think I want to do the same thing here. And I think I'll just go ahead. I was going to use Secret Sea, but I think I'll use the black. It's not a whole lot of difference in the 2 colors. And with that being said, I'm going to do it in the center, but I'm going to do it at the top, in between this circle, semicircle. So there's the 2 sayings. Now let's put some embellishments. So on this one, I'm going to use the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink Gems. That is actually what comes with that in the suite with these. And I've used all the Strawberry Slush, so I'm going to take and use the pink, the Pretty in Pink that's on here, because it blends. We're good. And then it never wants to come up with my I don't know where I want to put it. I think I'll put one there. And one here. And then let's get it up. Come on. Maybe it needs more glue. There we go. Then I think I'll put one maybe like right over in here. Whoops. So there's that card. And then I'll show you the new gems that goes with this. I really, really like them. I like the colors. So let's put this back in my little These things work great to keep some of this together. So we have, this has Darling Duckling, Mossy Meadow, and Secret Sea in it. I think I'm going to use the yellow to bring out all the yellow in that. So here we go. Here we go. I like the two grouped together. And then, whoops, come on. That one just didn't want to come. I'm going to put this one over here under that. Looks like a Moxie hair. What everybody wants is a piece of my cat. There we go. Get her out of there. She's sleeping somewhere. Don't know where. She's not down here with me. She's upstairs. She's been staying upstairs a lot. I don't know if she's too cool down here or what. So anyway, there are the two cards we just did. Now, as you can see, with all of these cards here, they are, now these two are with the same, and these are two different. So I used 1, 2, 3, which was that one. No, these two aren't. I used 1, 2, 3. So I used this one, this one, this one, and then we have this one showing. So we have these two. I mean, they almost look alike, but they're different. Isn't that funny? But these make great cards, and it doesn't take much work. And then, you know, you get to doing different. And what would be nice about these, if you wanted to give a set of cards, you could use all the different little dies in one set and make a birthday card of thinking of you, maybe a thank you, and, you know, whatever. And put it together, tie it with a bow with some envelopes with it, and would be really, really pretty. So there you go. That is my card for today. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you make some. I want to make a different one doing the same thing, so I may do that, and then I will put it up. It won't be up on YouTube because unless I just post some kind of little, I could do one of the shorts with it and just show all of them. That would be kind of cute. Maybe that would get me out of my box and do something. I don't know. So anyway, but I want to try a different one, okay? I'm not going to use white on the top. I want it to be completely different. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and or whatever time you're watching this. Be blessed, be creative, and don't forget, on Tuesdays I do a video consistently on Facebook, either in my group or my page at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. I try to get it to Facebook as soon as I can. To YouTube as soon as I can. So be on the lookout. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.